Good morning children. Welcome back to the revision of formative assessment 1 children. We have seen in the previous class regarding the natural realms of the earth. So under the natural realms of the earth we have divided the earth into 4 layers or 4 natural realms: lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere. Out of them we tried to understand in the previous classes regarding the lithosphere, and we also tried to see the work of the water, work of the glacier, work of the winds we try to understand. So it's a method, volcanic eruption and even the earthquakes are also interior ways or interior process through which the new landforms gets created. The first order landforms, second order landforms and third order landforms we have understood. First order landforms are the oceans and the continents are the first order landforms. The second order landforms are the mountains, plateaus and plains are the second order landforms, and the third order landforms are the gorges, valleys, deltas. These all are the third order landforms. So coming to the work of the water, we have seen the plungy pool which gets created because of the waterfall. Okay, the top layer of the rock gets eroded, okay, and it forms like a pool, and that is called as a plungy pool. And apart from that, we also try to understand about meanders. Oxbow Lake are the things which gets created as the silt gets accumulated on the banks of this river, flowing river. It takes the turn of a loops. So those are called as meanders, and these meanders, when they get cut off from the original channel, they are called as Oxbow Lake. So apart from that, we also try to understand about till, okay, and even about moraines which gets the debris which get formed at the end of the glacier. We call them as debris, and there is a natural process through which the layer of the earth gets eroded under this snow, because this snow completely, as it keeps on melting, okay, it drags the pebbles and other things which creates a kind of salt paper effect on the rocks. So that process through which the what we call erosion of the top layer of the earth gets happened under the snow is called as a plucking, and all these material gets gathered at the mouth of the point where the ice keeps on turning into water. So these debris we call them as moraines. And we also have seen about sea cliffs we have seen, and sea arches we have seen, and even the work of the what we call the winds, like mushroom rocks, Inselberg rocks. You remember about the mushroom rocks, children? Mushroom rocks and Inselberg. These are the work of the winds through which the upper layer of the what happens, this layer completely got eroded and it has formed into a shape of the mushroom. Why it got eroded? Because of the wind constantly raising the sand and putting on it and coming down, because of which the spot got eroded and it formed like this rock shape. So this is called as mushroom rocks. Okay, and apart from that, we also have seen a single rock which gets eroded in between the mountain, in between the plains region. We call it as Inselberg. And sea arches, sea cliffs and sea caves we try to understand under the work of the tides or work of the waves. Apart from that, children, in the under the hydrosphere we try to understand about the hydrological cycle, children. Hydrological cycle. And we have given a definition: RF is equal to RO plus ET. So RO means runoff plus evapotranspiration process we try to understand. What is this evapotranspiration? Evaporation plus transpiration is called as evapotranspiration. That means the process through which water gets converted into water vapor is called as evaporation. The process through which the plants give away water into the atmosphere is called as transpiration. So this both put together is called as evapotranspiration. Runoff means the water which falls in the form of rainfall onto the earth gets into the form of a stream and they join into the rivers, and those rivers will join into the seas. So this flow of water on the surface is called as a runoff. This runoff, if you stop it or if you regulate the runoff of the water, then immediately the percolation of the underground water, percolation of the water takes place underground, due to which what happens is a recharging of the groundwater takes place. If there is sufficient vegetation on the surface, that means sufficient tree coverage is present on the surface, automatically it allows for the recharging of the groundwater. But when you because of the expansion of agriculture and because of the clearing of the forest, most of the forest, that is deforestation, this runoff these days has increased, which has resulted in the flash floods in the countries. The recent flash floods in Kerala, flash floods in Uttarakhand, flash floods in Tamil Nadu are the reason because of the clearing of the forest area, and the runoff, the speed has got increased, due to which runoff has increased. And due to this runoff, what happens is most of the rainwater gets merged into or linked into the oceanic water, which is not at all useful for the cultivation and other purposes. So we shall see in the next class about the hydrological cycle and the different relief features of the ocean in the next class, children. Thank you.